What is going on YouTube, and welcome back to the channel. Now tonight's video is going to be all about this 4-foot tank behind us. It is my 4-foot 550 litre tank, which is a complete mess at the moment. We're going to be aquascaping this tank tonight, making it look really cool. Not going to be adding any fish tonight because there's already fish and stuff in there, but we will eventually add fish into this tank. But let me show you the tank. So here it is. This is my 4-foot tank. Like I said, it's 550 litres including the sump. It's a lovely, beautiful sized tank. It's a nice sized tank for like aquascaping, things like that. Now, it's a complete mess at the moment. I've just been chucking bits of plants. There's Java moss just going absolutely crazy in this tank. There's wood in here. There's loads of random fish in here. We've got like rainbow fish here, as you can see. There's a Bozeman rainbow there. There's Colombian tetras, there's Congo tetras. There's a random platy just swimming about there. There's some albino bristlenose in here. There are some really rare plecos in here as well. We've got some L91, we've got a L114. We'll actually be able to see them when I start taking out all this stuff tonight. But tonight we're going to make this tank look sick, and look how dirty the glass has got. Look at the algae that's grown on here. I've basically just let this tank go the last few months. Obviously been keeping up the water changes and cleaning the sump, things like that, but I haven't been cleaning the glass. I haven't been basically scaping the tank whatsoever because it's just an absolute mess. But we've got some really cool bits that I can scape tonight. I've got loads of Anubias. You can see there's some Anubias I've actually stuck on that wood I've had for a few years now. There's some really cool bits of Anubias, like this bit here. I've just took out my Fluval flex because it was getting too big for the Fluval flex, so I put it in here. So we're going to super glue that to probably this bit of wood tonight, something like that. But I'm going to drag all this stuff out of this tank, put it on this towel I've got on the floor here, and then basically go from there. So let's get on with that. So that's some of the stuff out of the tank. As you can see, I've got some of it on the floor here, but I just wanted to show you this Java moss, how much this has grown. Look at all this Java moss. It just grows like absolute crazy. I've got 2 tanks in the fish room as well, which is just full of this stuff. So I'm just going to literally pull it off this wood because I don't actually want it in this tank now, because what it tends to do, as you can see at the back of my weir there, it just sort of collects, it falls to bits. The fish do like it, don't get me wrong, the rainbows like it. They will probably lay eggs in it eventually. But I want to get this tank looking really crisp, nice and clean. With all the proper plants I've got at the bottom here, do away with this Java moss. But I will actually keep it. I'll probably put it in one of the tanks in the fish room, so I'm not going to chuck it out. But yeah, let's get on with getting all the other stuff out of here. Now I'm going to turn the return pump down now, probably from number 12 to about number 6, because obviously the water level is going to come down now. I am going to do a water change on this tank tonight as well. And we need to do a glass clean as well, because some of the glass is absolutely filthy. But let me get all this stuff out and I'll show you what the tank looks like. So that is everything out the tank apart from the fish obviously. But let me show you some of the fish I've got in here. So there is the 3 beacons prick, the L91. I've got the L114 at the back there. Sorry about the water clarity, it's just horrendous. And there's a Titanic pleco there, which is a 273 I'm pretty sure. And there's some of my clown loaches, the rainbow fish. Yeah, there's just lots going on in this tank. But check out what I got out of the tank, the plants a bit. Let me show you. So here we go. Here's all the plants and the wood. There's so much stuff to go through here. I've just got so much bits and bobs. But it's gonna look really cool, don't get me wrong. There's a few hours work here now, going through all this, start super gluing things to wood and stuff like that. But yeah, it's a bit of a mess. It's a bit late now and I shouldn't have really took it apart right now, but what can you do? I've got to put it back together now. But anyway, it's fun, isn't it, doing this sort of stuff? But we've got Anubias, we've got all sorts of bits. But check this bit out here, look. This is the bit I've been growing in that Fluval flex out in the fish room. It's just massive, beautiful bit of Anubias. Look at the leaves on it, look. The flower in there, it's just really colourful, nice and healthy. So it should look really cool in this tank. So there's loads of bits and bobs here. It's just like endless Anubias here and there and everywhere. But let me stop going on. I'm going to scape this tank now and show you what it looks like after, and then I'll probably come back in a couple of days once everything's settled down and do some cool videos on it. Tank's all done, so I'm really pleased with the result. It looks really good. It's hard to see right now because obviously the clarity is horrendous. I've been planning about the substrate and stuff. I still need to level out the substrate a little bit. I'm still going to do that this evening. I've cut my thumb so bad. I've got this massive plaster on it at the moment. When I was using the scraper to get the horrible algae off, it's basically a Stanley blade in a window scraper which gets like window stickers off. I put my thumb through it by accident and I had literally claret everywhere. So, but anyway, live and learn. I've used Stanley Blaze and knife and stuff all the time at work, but yeah, I've cut myself at home by aquascaping a fish tank. But that's it done for tonight. We'll come back out here tomorrow and see how it looks, because like I said, at the moment the clarity is really bad, but I've just basically gone mad with the Anubias and wood. I haven't put all the Dragonstone in, I've only put a couple of bits in because I just felt it didn't need lots of rocks in this scape. I'm gonna have a good tidy up now, and it's actually pretty late. I've just looked at the time, it's like 9 o'clock. I'm normally in bed by this sort of time because I get up at stupid o'clock in the morning for work. But anyway, let's come back tomorrow and see how it looks. Okay, it's been exactly 3 days now since we scaped the 4-foot tank behind me, well, in front of me, and the tank looks absolutely epic, so let me show you. So here's the finished result. This is my 4-foot tank. This used to be my reef tank, and obviously I've turned it into a freshwater tank. So what does everyone think? Now I've gone a bit mad with the Anubias. I love Anubias, it's really easy to keep. Fish don't eat it, that sort of thing, so it's really nice to keep. And all of these plants are actually in this tank except from the vallis, so everything you see in here along the bottom and on the tops of the wood and stuff like that, except from obviously the long streaky plants, were actually in this tank before. So I haven't had to go out and buy plants and things like that. So yeah, what do you reckon on the finished result? Because I absolutely love it. I've added some vallis just at the back, a couple of bits sticking up at the back here, and I've got a few bits sticking up at the front here as well. So next thing for me on this tank now is I really want to get myself some new fish. Obviously a lot of people will probably say this tank's overstocked as it is, but it's got a massive filtration system in this tank. Obviously do my regular water changes and my regular sump cleans, so it's not overstocked. But I'm probably going to go for maybe some angels and maybe some different sort of barbs and things like that in here, maybe some Siamese alligators, but basically whatever pops up in the shops. But yeah guys, what do you think of the tank? What do you think what I've done with it? Let me show you a side view of the tank as well. So here's a side view of the tank. Look how crystal clear that water is. So all the Anubias at the back on the wood, I've basically just super glued it to the wood. You can see there, look at the size of this bit I've got here, absolutely massive, and there's a nice flower actually starting to grow on that Anubias as well. That bit there, I did say earlier, all these plants come from this tank. I'm gonna lie, I did lie to you. That bit at the back there was from my Fluval Flex out in the fish room, but everything else did. But yeah, I'm so happy with this tank. I've been sitting on the sofa behind, obviously I've got my arowana tank behind me, and this tank is on the same side as my TV there, so when I'm sitting on my sofa I can see this tank. It's absolutely wicked watching this at night with all the lights on, all the fish swimming about. Now on this video I may as well do a feed because I actually do need a feed tonight. So what we're going to feed them tonight, I've got some pellet up here. We've got some NT Labs probiotic stuff here, which I'll basically just lob in now. So I go absolutely crazy for this stuff. Now obviously some of the fish in here will get really big, like the clown loaches, and I will eventually move them. I've got like a 1,000 litre tank set up out in the fish room, which I'll put them in. They're just temporary in here for now, but they do a fantastic job at cleaning the substrate, which is good. And I'll probably get myself some corridoras for the bottom in here as well, but there's loads more to come from this tank. I'm also probably going to add another bit of wood just at the back over here, not right against the glass on the side, but just sort of in the middle there, and probably get some more Anubias because I think it looks absolutely fantastic, especially with the black background and the black substrate. There's a Titanic Pleco coming out now as well, just at the back, coming out for his dinner. But yeah guys, what do you think of this tank now I've done this? Because I think it looks wicked. I absolutely love it. I'm sort of getting back into the planted tanks again. I did used to do it as a kid, but lately I've just been keeping monster fish after monster fish after monster fish. But this is really nice, and yeah, it's making me want to do some more. But let me show you a tank out in the fish room as well, and we're going to do some mad bits with that as well. So this is my 4-foot tank out in the fish room. It's got guppies in it, tetras, some corridors, bits like that, loads of random stuff in here. But I'm so bored of this tank. I hate the look of it at the moment. I've just put some rocks and stuff like that in there. There's a few floating plants and bits like that. But I have actually just ordered some Tropica soil. So what I'm going to do with this tank, I'm going to be taking out all the sand off this, keeping it in a bucket because I'm not going to throw this away. I'm going to do a Malawi setup eventually on another tank, so I'll keep that for then. We're going to be putting loads of soil in here, and I'm going to be putting loads of Monte Carlo in this tank. So just basically going to do a whole carpet along the bottom there, but that will be another video on this tank. So I'll keep you posted on that, but check out all the textures I've got in there. And the fish, the only fish I'm going to keep in this tank with the Monte Carlo is just going to be the tetras. So it should look absolutely epic with like green substrate basically. It'd be like green, wouldn't it? The whole thing would be carpeted, and then just like blue fish swimming about. It should look absolutely mad. And I may put like a couple of bits of wood just sort of in the middle somewhere. But we'll do something completely different with this tank, because like I said, I am bored of this tank. But I'm going to finish the video there. So thanks for watching everyone. Like and subscribe my channel, ding the notification bell, and keep it real everyone.